The reunion stage wasn't supposed to end like this. Not with tears, not with fists slamming against tables, not with cameras scrambling to catch the meltdown that was about to shatter every household watching. But then Kendra leaned into her mic, eyes burning with rage, and whispered the 7 words that broke hip-hop wide open. "I have DNA receipts, and Kirk is the dad." Gasps cut through the air like gunshots. Jock froze. Rashida's face went blank, and Kirk. He went ghost white, his hands trembling as if his entire empire had just been snatched away in front of the world. What happened next wasn't just reality TV. It wasn't just gossip. It was betrayal at its purest form. A family ripped apart, a legacy in flames, and receipts that nobody was prepared to see. Within seconds, hashtags exploded across social media. Hashtag Kendra exposes Kirk. Hashtag DNA receipts. Hashtag JOC deserves better. Phones lit up like wildfire. Fans, celebrities, bloggers, everyone had an opinion and everyone wanted blood. But here's the thing. Those DNA papers weren't just messy. They were devastating. They didn't just confirm betrayal. They rewrote history, dismantled relationships, and dragged Jock Kirk and Rashida into a scandal so dirty, even producers tried to cut the cameras. Too late, the receipts were out. The truth was public. And what followed next made it the most explosive reunion in love and hip-hop history. Stay locked in, because the fallout you're about to witness is darker, nastier, and more personal than anyone could have ever imagined. The studio lights burned hot, cameras still rolling, but it felt like the oxygen had been ripped out of the room. Jock stood frozen, his trademark smirk erased, his body stiff like he'd just been punched in the chest. Kendra's words echoed louder than the audience screams. "I have DNA receipts. And Kirk is the dad." The silence afterward wasn't peaceful. It was heavy, suffocating, like the weight of every lie that had been told finally crashed down on that stage. Rashida's jaw locked, her nails digging into her thigh as her eyes darted to Kirk, who sat stunned, blinking rapidly as if trying to wake up from a nightmare. The host tried to cut in, stuttering, "Kendra, are you saying but the crowd drowned him out?" Phones were up, recording every second. The chaos was UNCONTAINABLE.JOC ripped off his mic and shouted, Nah, you're not about to play with me on live TV like this." "Where's the proof?" His voice cracked, a mix of rage and heartbreak, his body trembling with disbelief. The man, known for his cool one-liners and slick jokes, was unraveling before millions of eyes. And then Kendra did it. With her hands shaking but her stare deadly calm, she reached into her bag and pulled out a folded envelope. She didn't hand it to the host, didn't hand it to Jock. She held it up to the camera. The audience screamed louder. Producers rushed toward her, but she stepped back. "Don't touch me. Told y'all. I have receipts. This ain't gossip. This ain't rumors. This is fact." The host begged her to sit down. Jock paced like a caged lion, running his hands over his face, muttering, "God, please no. Not like this." Kirk leaned forward, whispering to Rashida, "Baby, she lying. She has to be lying." "I don't remember anything like that." Rashida snapped her head toward him, her voice low but venomous. "Don't play dumb with me now. You either did it or you didn't. Which is it?" The tension boiled as Kendra tore open the envelope. "If you think I'm bluffing, fine. I'll read it myself." She unfolded the paper with deliberate slowness. The audience leaned forward. Jock's breathing grew heavier. Kirk's hands covered his face. Rashida whispered, "Lord, don't. Let this be true." And then came the words, "This test confirms a 99.4% probability that Kirk Frost is the biological father." The sound was deafening. Screams, gasps, people jumping out of their chairs. Jock staggered backward as though physically struck his mic clattering to the ground. Rashida shot up from her seat, her face flushed red with rage. Kirk slammed his hand against the armrest, stuttering. That's fake. That's gotta be fake. Somebody forged that. But Kendra wasn't done. You want to talk about fake? How many years did I let you raise a child that wasn't even yours? How many nights did I cry myself to sleep knowing the truth and being too scared to say it? This ain't fake. This is reality. And now everybody knows. The camera zoomed in on Jock, his eyes bloodshot, his lips quivering. He pointed at Kendra with a trembling hand. Hey, you played me. You let me be a father to a child that ain't even mine. You let me fall in love with a lie. He spun toward Kirk, shouting, And you supposed to be Rashida's husband, my brother in this game? Are you sitting here like some snake keeping this secret? Man, you dead to me, Rashida lunged. At Kirk smacking his arm so hard the sound cracked through the mic. Tell me this ain't true, Kirk. Tell me right now this woman is lying. Kirk pleaded. I don't know, Rashida. Swear I don't remember. We were all drinking. It was years ago. I never thought, Rashida screamed. Years ago? So you admit it happened? You admit you touched her? The crowd booed, shouted. Phones filming every explosive second. Kendra, her voice breaking but firm, yelled over the chaos. Yes, it happened. And I've been carrying this secret while y'all sat up here pretending to be the perfect couple. I'm not perfect, I messed up. But I won't be silent anymore. The host tried to regain control, but the stage was already a war zone. Stormed out, security chasing him. Kirk stood, his face red, trying to defend himself. It wasn't like that. I never meant for this. It was a mistake. Rashida followed him, pointing in his face. A mistake you kept from me. A mistake you buried while you had me looking stupid. And then, as if the stage couldn't implode any further, Jock burst back in, hurling a chair across the room. Security swarmed him, holding him back as he screamed. You ruined my life, both of you. Tears streamed down his face, his voice hoarse from rage. My son ain't even mine. The footage of that moment hit the internet instantly. Fans flooded Twitter, Instagram, TikTok with clips of Jock's meltdown, Rashida's slap, and Kendra's DNA bombshell. Hashtag skyrocketed. Hashtag DNA receipts. Hashtag Kirk exposed. Hashtag JOC breakdown. Within minutes, celebrities chimed in. Cardi B tweeted, This messy AFO, my God, I can't breathe. 50 Cent posted a meme of Jock crying with the caption when DNA hit harder than a diss track. But the most shocking post came from an anonymous page claiming to be a production assistant. The post read, Producers tried to stop Kendra from showing the DNA papers. She smuggled them in her purse. Jock wasn't supposed to find out on camera. This was not scripted. This was real. Suddenly, the drama wasn't just on stage, it was in every living room, every phone screen, every headline. Blogs called it the love and hip-hop apocalypse. Talk shows scrambled to book the cast for interviews. TMZ camped outside Rashida and Kirk's house. Jock disappeared, refusing to answer calls. Kendra was branded both a villain and a hero. Hated for her betrayal, applauded for finally telling the truth. But the story didn't end there. Because just when it seemed like the DNA bombshell was the peak, whispers of something even darker started circulating. Anonymous DMs leaked, claiming this wasn't the first time Kirk had been accused of secret kids. Screenshots surfaced of private texts between Kendra and a close friend, where she admitted, I was scared to say anything sooner. Jock wouldn't have believed me. And Rashida, she would have destroyed me. The internet went wild, dissecting every angle. Fans dug up old episodes, replaying scenes where Jock and Kirk laughed together, analyzing Rashida's side eyes at Kendra, piecing together a timeline of betrayal that stretched back years. One viral TikTok broke down body language from a reunion 2 seasons ago, claiming you can see Kirk avoiding Kendra's eyes the whole time. They've been hiding this. Meanwhile, producers confirmed there would be an emergency follow-up reunion to address the fallout. And that's where part 1 ends, with Jock missing. Rashida plotting revenge, and Kendra holding the receipts that turned their world upside down. Because if DNA can destroy a family this fast, what happens when the next set of receipts drops? The fallout wasn't measured in hours or even days. It was measured in seconds. Every second after Kendra unfolded that DNA test, the world turned upside down for Jock, Rashida, and Kirk. By the time the reunion episode aired in full, Jock's name was trending #1 worldwide. Memes of his breakdown circulated faster than wildfire. One clip of him collapsing backstage, sobbing into his hands, was replayed millions of times on TikTok, stitched with dramatic soundtracks and captions like "When DNA destroys your whole life in one night." But the silence from Jock afterward was louder than any meme. He deactivated his Instagram, canceled club appearances, and refused to show up for radio interviews. Fans called it a disappearing act. Blogs speculated that he was in rehab. Others claimed he fled Atlanta to clear his head. While a leaked voice note allegedly from one of his friends painted an even darker picture. Jock ain't good, man. He's been drinking heavy, locking himself in his room. He's saying wild stuff. Y'all don't get it? That DNA thing broke him. Meanwhile, Rashida and Kirk's marriage looked like it had finally hit the unfixable point. Paparazzi caught Rashida storming out of their house with luggage, shouting at Kirk as cameras flashed. The next day, TMZ posted grainy footage of her in a hotel lobby, her face hidden behind sunglasses, but her voice sharp as knives. "He lied to me again. I'm not doing this no more," the caption read. Rashida files for separation after DNA bombshell. Social media was merciless. Fans flooded Rashida's comments with sympathy and rage. "Sis deserved better," one wrote. Another added, "This man humiliated you on TV over and over. And now this. Leave him for good." But then came the twist no one expected. Rashida herself went live in the dim glow of her bedroom. Makeup smeared from tears. She faced the camera with shaking hands. "Y'all think you know everything, but you don't. Yes, I'm hurt. Yes, Kirk betrayed me. But don't think for a second that Jock is innocent in all this. Kendra ain't the only one with secrets. Y'all just don't know the half of it." The comments exploded. What secrets? What does she mean? Within minutes, clips of her live spread across Twitter with captions like, "Rashida hinting at bigger bombshells. This story ain't over." Then, the first leak dropped. A gossip blog uploaded screenshots allegedly between Jock and one of his exes, where he admitted, "I knew about Kirk and Kendra. I just didn't want to believe it. I thought she'd come clean before it got this far." True, this meant Jock wasn't blindsided at all. He had suspicions but chose to bury them. Fans ripped him apart. "So you've been playing victim when you already knew?" One tweet read dot, but it got darker. Another anonymous source leaked what they claimed was production footage that never aired. The grainy video showed Kendra off camera, before the reunion, nervously talking to a producer. "I'm tired of carrying this. Jock ain't the dad. And Kirk knows it. It's been paying me to stay quiet, but I can't do it no more. I need to tell the truth on stage." That clip broke the internet. If real, it wasn't just Jock's world crumbling. It was proof Kirk tried to bury a child scandal with hush money. The hashtag Kirk pays trended as fans demanded answers. Kirk went live, his face red with fury, denying everything. "That clip, fake. Y'all think I would pay somebody to ruin my own family? Come on, man. That's edited. They trying to destroy me?" But the internet wasn't buying it. Comments dragged him. Classic guilty man speech. Others flooded his live with snake emojis. Even celebrities chimed in. Tamar Braxton tweeted, "I've been around these folks. Let me just say, where there's smoke, there's fire." Rashida's silence afterward spoke volumes. Instead of defending Kirk like she had in the past, she posted a single cryptic message on Instagram. "A snake sheds its skin, but it's still a snake." Fans screenshotted it before she deleted it hours later. Meanwhile, Jock finally reappeared. Not on social media, but in the form of a shaky, leaked FaceTime call with his cousin. In the clip, Jock's face looked sunken, his voice barely above a whisper. "I can't live like this. I built my whole life around a lie. I can't even look at my kids the same. If one test ruined me, what else is coming?" That one sentence sent fans spiraling. What else is coming? Did Jock know about more secrets waiting to explode? Blogs speculated that another paternity test could surface, maybe even linked to Jock himself. Then came the nuclear leak. An anonymous Twitter account uploaded a document allegedly showing that Jock had taken his own DNA test for another child, and it came back negative. The claim: Jock wasn't the father of a child he'd been raising with another woman years ago. The receipts were blurry, but the account promised full paperwork coming soon. Fans lost their minds. The narrative flipped in real time. Suddenly, Jock wasn't just a victim of Kendra and Kirk's betrayal. He was possibly hiding his own history of raising kids that weren't his. The phrase, "not the daddy," trended with brutal memes of Jock crying. But underneath the laughter, the tone shifted darker. Commentators pointed out the psychological collapse this could cause. One tweet went viral. "If Jock finds out another one of his kids ain't his, we might be watching a man break in real time." Through it all, Kendra stayed silent until the night she posted a cryptic Instagram story. A black screen, white text. The DNA wasn't the only receipt. "Next time, you'll see who's really been lying all along." The speculation machine went into overdrive. Was she planning to expose Jock even further? Or was she about to drag another cast member into the chaos? Some fans swore she was hinting at Rashida having secrets of her own, adding fuel to the fire. A producer leaked to a gossip vlogger that an emergency sit-down special was being filmed in secret. "It's worse than y'all think," the insider said. "There's another test coming, and this one's going to destroy friendships forever. Nobody's safe." The cliffhanger loomed heavy. Jock spiraling, Kirk branded a liar, Rashida walking away, and Kendra holding back something even deadlier than DNA. The internet buzzed with one question. If the first set of receipts could implode, their lives this fast, what happens when the next envelope gets opened? And just like that, the stage was set for the most devastating twist yet. Because the DNA drama wasn't the end, was only the beginning. The streets of Atlanta were restless. Barbershops, salons, clubs, and corner stores all buzzed with one phrase: the second envelope. Kendra's cryptic post wasn't just a tease, it was a declaration of war. And when people went digging, the truth that surfaced was uglier than anyone expected. It started with a blind item on a gossip blog. The post didn't name names, but the details were impossible to miss. A popular reality star who just exposed her fiancé on national TV has more receipts tucked away. Another DNA test exists. This one doesn't just shake a family, breaks apart an entire friend group. Fans immediately connected the dots. Within minutes, second DNA trended on Twitter. Blogs churned out theories by the hour. Some claimed Rashida wasn't being fully honest about her loyalty to Kirk. Others whispered Jock himself had been playing double games long before the reunion. And then came the bombshell leak that shattered every theory at once. A video surfaced grainy, clearly recorded in secret. In it, Kendra sat at a table with two producers, sliding a manila envelope across the surface. Her voice was calm, almost eerily steady. "This ain't just about me and Jock. Y'all think Kirk and Rashida got problems? Wait till you open this. Then you'll see Rashida ain't who she claims to be either." The clip ended before the envelope was opened, but it was enough to detonate the internet. The phrase "Rashida exposed" trended instantly. Screenshots flooded Instagram with captions like "she knew" and "don't tell me Rashida been lying too." Hours later, another account leaked what it claimed to be the actual contents. A DNA test naming another child a teenager, this time allegedly connected to Kirk. The kicker. The mother was not Kendra, not Jasmine, not any of the women's fans expected. It was someone close. Too close. Blogs began naming names. A former family friend. A woman who used to travel with Rashida as part of her inner circle. The betrayal was unbearable to fans who once painted Rashida as the loyal wife who stuck by Kirk. Now the storyline flipped entirely. Had Rashida known the whole time? Or worse, had she helped bury the truth? The reaction was nuclear. Instagram. Comments on Rashida's last post were filled with snake emojis and brutal takedowns. One fan wrote, "You played the long game, sis. Defending a man who embarrassed you, all while hiding this." Another said, "You lied to us for ratings. Fake loyalty. Fake marriage." But Rashida broke her silence that same night. In a shaky live, she admitted just enough to make jaws drop. "Yes, I knew about the rumors. Yes, I confronted him. And yes, I made choices to protect my family. But don't twist it, this ain't on me. Kirk has been lying to everybody, not just me." Her voice cracked. Tears fell. But fans weren't buying it. For years, Rashida had defended Kirk. For years, she brushed off infidelity, loved children, betrayal after betrayal. And now, faced with DNA receipts, her empire of denial collapsed in real time. Meanwhile, Jock was spiraling deeper into darkness. Leaked text messages allegedly showed him begging Kendra not to release more receipts. "Please, I'm begging you. Don't. Do. This, you've already killed me once on TV. Don't let them drag me through another test." But Kendra was unmoved. In fact, she posted another story, a single picture of an envelope on a table with the caption, "The truth always finds a way out." Blogs ran with it. Fans screamed for answers. And then the final hammer dropped. During a midnight YouTube live stream hosted by a gossip vlogger, a new set of documents were unveiled. This time, they weren't about Kirk. They weren't about Rashida. They were about Jock himself. The papers claimed Jock had fathered a secret child with a woman outside the show and had been paying child support in silence for years. The internet froze. Jock, who had been paraded as the victim of betrayal, was suddenly painted as a hypocrite. So all this time, you crying over Kendra and Kirk, but you hiding your OWN baby? One tweet read, racking up thousands of likes. Memes exploded, dubbing him Mr. Not So Innocent. But the chaos didn't stop there. Another twist unraveled. This so-called secret child was allegedly born while Jock and Kendra were still together. Which meant Jock wasn't just blindsided, he was also a cheater. And the receipts, court papers, payment records, text messages looked chillingly real. Kendra went live immediately after the leak hit, dressed in a silk robe, wine glass in hand, her face glowing with victory. She delivered a monologue that felt rehearsed, but cut deep. He thought he could play me. He thought he could cry on TV and make me the villain. But guess what? I wasn't the only one lying. Now the whole world knows who Jock really is. He's been faking this victim act while hiding a whole child. So don't call me the bad guy. Call me the truth teller. The comments section was on fire. Some fans celebrated her as the ultimate avenger. Others dragged her for dragging everyone else down with her. But the most chilling part came at the end of her live. "This ain't even the last envelope. Y'all think we done? Nah, I got more. And when I'm finished, love and hip-hop will never be the same again." The fallout was instant. Jock vanished again. Rashida locked her comments. Kirk went on a rant, calling everything fake and accusing production of manufacturing the receipts. But insiders whispered to blogs that everything was very, very re-land. That producers were terrified about what Kendra might reveal next. Celebrities started weighing in. Cardi B tweeted, "Man, this DNA tea got more twists than Netflix. I'm glued." Charlemagne Tha God said on The Breakfast Club, "This might be the messiest scandal in love and hip-hop history." And trust me, that's saying a lot. Meanwhile, producers scrambled to contain the fire. Leaks suggested they were negotiating with Kendra to stop releasing receipts in exchange for a massive payout and her own spin-off series. They don't want her to burn the whole franchise down, one insider said. But she got too much power now. She got the proof. And she knows it. The cliffhanger became unbearable. With Kendra promising more, Rashida's reputation in ruins, Kirk branded a liar yet again, and Jock exposed as both victim and villain, the internet couldn't keep up. Fans flooded comment sections with one desperate plea: drop the next envelope. And yet Kendra stayed quiet after that last tease. No new receipts, no new lives, just silence. Silence that spoke louder than all the chaos before it. If the DNA drama had already destroyed friendships, marriages, and reputations, then whatever was left in those unopened envelopes could very well destroy the entire empire forever. And now, with the dust barely settling, you have to ask yourself, is this just the beginning of the end? Kendra didn't just pull back the curtain, she ripped it down and set the whole stage on fire. Kirk's lies exposed, Rashida's loyalty questioned, Jock's secrets dragged out into the open. And yet she still promised there's another envelope waiting to drop. Think about that. If this much destruction came from just 2 envelopes, what could the third possibly hold? This is the kind of drama that doesn't just shake a TV franchise, it rewrites the rules of the entire game. Fans are split, celebrities are chiming in, producers are scrambling. And the internet is caught in the middle of a storm so big, it feels impossible to escape. And here's the truth. The next bombshell could drop at any second. Tonight, tomorrow, next week. And if you're not locked in with us, you'll miss it. That's why you need to hit that subscribe button, right? Now, not later. Not after the next leak. Now, turn on notifications because the second Kendra cracks open that next envelope, you better believe we'll be the first to break it down for you. Every twist, every betrayal, every meltdown, unfiltered and uncensored. Like this video if you're just as stunned as the rest of us. Drop a comment with your theory about what's really inside that final envelope. And subscribe, because if the past 72 hours proved anything, it's this. The story isn't over, it's only getting started, and trust me, you do not want to be left behind.